into some of your favourite fashion and accessories. And I'm sure, as you've said, you work with the personalities of your clients, the body shapes of your clients, and everybody is an individual. But are there certain fashion items and accessory items that are your favourites or your go-to pieces in a wardrobe?
I think it comes to personality. I am quite adventurous, quite curious. I love traveling, so I love to explore different options. So I don't stick to a particular store or brand. I like to explore what's happening here in a very kind of small boutique shop, or big brands as well.
Yes.
Random Mall and Marion Shopping Centre. Or when traveling, going to those kind of exotic places, you're going to find that kind of one unique piece.
Like Argentina would be quite exotic.
Yes, lots of leather there. So I think, again, personality, I love textures. I love being, for example, a piece of jewellery which has a little bit of metal, a little bit of lace, perhaps, or a touch of leather there really excite me.
Interesting, actually, just as a complete aside, this necklace that I'm wearing with the bracelet, that's actually from Brazil.
Wow.
And that has a bit of leather. But that's resin. And this, I've got a variety of pieces from a Brazilian artist.
Definitely looks quite exciting, I have to tell.
Thank you. It was a gift from here in the Adelaide Hills.
Wow, very special.
A place at Stirling called Aptos Cruise, which we love. But yes, mixing in the different exotic things, like maybe Turkey would have some pretty exciting things in France and Argentina and even New Zealand. I like the New Zealand designers.
Yep. Definitely. And I guess, when it comes to accessories, we have to think about the body shape as well. For example, on someone a bit short and a bit chubby, or, a bit heavy around the bust line, something quite bulky and chunky with a piece of jewelry like a necklace, it's probably not going to look that flattering. In that case, we wanted to look for something a bit longer and finer, which is going to give them more exposure around the skin here, on the chest area, and also it's going to elongate the torso. So again, going back to body shape, so it matters.
Because statement necklaces. And regular listeners to my show will know that I'm a bit of a statement necklace girl, but I'm almost 6 foot.
Yes.
6 foot plus in heels, and I often wear heels. So statement necklaces for me, that I don't get swamped in a statement necklace.
Exactly right.
But as you're saying, perhaps more petite girls, they still want a statement necklace, but then there would be various, I guess, sizes.
Yes.
So you can have something that's on trend, but to suit your size and shape.
Definitely. So when we choose something according to your body shape and also frame and height, we don't want that particular garment or accessory to overwhelm you.
Yes.
We want you to own that piece. If that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely.
And it comes back to that balance that we're looking for.
So there would be challenges, I imagine, being a personal stylist, because I'm thinking that every client is just not going to 100% go along with what you suggest. Perhaps they have their own ideas. So what are some of the challenges in being a personal stylist?
I think the two main challenges will be time management. When someone books a session with a personal stylist because they want to refresh or update the wardrobe, you have X amount of time, so they pay you for that session, which goes for, let's say, 3 or 4 hours, depending on your services. So if you come to a house and they have this massive, huge wardrobe, a lot of shoes, and a lot of, jewelry, and on top of that, they want to try things to make sure that they look flattering or not, you had to be really, really good at managing your time. So how do you prioritize?
Yes, because it could go on for days.
That's for sure. And also, I think the other challenge will be dealing with all the emotions that we women carry when it comes to body image. And, body weight. So being with someone in a fitting room, that person seeing themselves in front of the mirror could be a very confronting experience. So a lot of emotions could come up. And again, trying to show them that, dressing is an attitude. That we can dress from a place of highlighting, enhancing our best fits,
Yes.
rather than camouflaging and covering and hiding.
Yes, and even
So-
even big. Well, of course, big girls. Generally, we think of bigger girls as wanting to hide themselves.
Yes.
But I'm thinking that conversely, even women who would like to put on some weight, they probably have things that they would like to hide
Yes.
as well. Is that an issue
Oh,
across the board?
Definitely. Yeah, there is more on the other side, like women trying to, cover because they are overweight, they're not happy
Yes.
with their weight.
Yes.
But it's about, again, focusing on the positive side. Because what happens, Penelope, is when we dress from that field of energy of hiding or camouflaging every day, and we do that for a period of time, imagine how much our confidence, can go in a very negative spiral way down.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
However, if we start focusing on dressing to highlight, even if it's your facial features, and we try some new lipstick or makeup, or hands with a new bracelet or ring, those little changes every day can definitely have an impact on your confidence. So the spiral will go upward rather than downward. And you may get a compliment today, and then you may get another compliment tomorrow, and it's all interrelated.
Right, yes. We saw a little bit of that with our production manager, Kerry, and we did a makeover on Kerry a couple of weeks ago. I invited Kerry onto my show about a month ago because it intrigued me that she had absolutely no, sorry to keep talking about you, Kerry, I know she's listening, she had no interest in makeup and clothing. She just threw on whatever, and she was very honest and open about that, and that intrigued me. Not that I expected her to be up to the eyeballs in it like I love to do. And so I said to her, would you be part of a makeover? And gorgeous Kerry said yes. And a couple of weeks ago we did that with a makeup artist, and then we took ourselves down to Taking Shape, and she was going to try on 3 or 4 outfits. She tried on 20. She loved the makeup.
Wow.
She reposted the makeup picture on her Facebook page, and it looks gorgeous. She learned how to tie a scarf the right way with the girls at Taking Shape, so she loved that. And she bought a few pieces as well, and it's almost like she just transformed in front of her eyes. And then the week later she said to me, guess what? I've bought ankle boots. I'm like, oh my God, who is this woman?
Big changes.
It was just, and I said to her, wow, do you feel as good as you look? So vibrant, and she was having so much fun, and I don't think it was the champagne that we were drinking. And she was just trying on outfit after outfit after outfit, and she was posing. She was having fun with it. She was loving it.
What a beautiful experience.
It was. And I guess for you, when you see your clients, similarly, if you ask them to try on something that they would never think of trying on, or a colour, a texture, a shape, and then to see them go, oh, actually, this looks great, I feel great, that must be wonderful for you.
Oh, definitely. Because the reality is, like everything in life, we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
If we haven't tried that new dress or, style or cut or color, we never know how we're going to feel.
Yes, yes.
It's until you experience that, moment of dressing or trying something new.
Yes.
That's when you say, wow, that really looks good on me. So,
because hanger appeal. And is that something that you have sort of, trained your eye? Because a lot of things don't have hanger appeal, but when you put them on, it's like, oh, wow. So do you feel that you can see something on a hanger and go, I know what that's going to look like on this person?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does happen.
Yeah.
And you may get surprises as well, from things that they look quite flat and dull, in the hanger, and then you put it on, and the way that the fabric sits, and flows, it totally changes.
Yes, because we talked about shapewear on this show a few weeks ago as well, and how that affects the line and the flow of different garments, and just smoothing out lines, creating some curves. So, shapewear certainly has a role to play.
Yes.
What sort of trends should we be looking for coming into spring and summer?
Beautiful, very exciting season. Rich textures. So when I say rich texture, think about lace, think about broderie, like eyelet, sheer, shine, matte finishes. Also, when it comes to colors, good variety. So there are a lot of pastels going on, and also some rich, vibrant oranges, which is one of my favorite colors.
Yes, and that's a lovely colour on you.
Thank you. Very rich greens like emerald green, yellow. Vibrant yellows there.
So we've got that. We've got the boho.
Yes,
obviously.
a little bit of boho.
We've got pastels. We've got vibrant jewel.
Yes.
Colours. So there's a lot to choose from these seasons.
Definitely. And big florals, when it comes, to patterns, I have seen a lot of really bold florals at the moment.
We talked about florals actually a couple of weeks ago, and the big bold florals. And you might not want to dress in a big bold floral, but there's some gorgeous accessories, handbags, even shoes, a big brooch to add that kind of on-trend element to current clothing.
Exactly right. So you don't have to buy that particular garment. It could be an accessory which sometimes you don't have to invest that much money, and you can bring the latest trend into your wardrobe.
Which makes me think, if you do go to a client's house and have a look at what they currently have, which would make sense, would you go on a styling trip just for accessories?
Yes. A lot of women nowadays travel with the accessorizing part and mixing and matching. They may have everything in there in their wardrobe. They may not necessarily have gaps.
Right.
So everything is covered from the neutral, basics, and then some trendy items.
Yes.
But then it's that skill of putting things together and accessorizing. So you could have the most basic outfit, meaning a pair of jeans, a white linen t-shirt, some neutral or tan shoes, not much going on.
Yes.
But then you add that bold statement necklace,
right,
or those colorful earrings, or that beautiful floral scarf with some red nails or red lipstick,
right,
and then you can totally transform your outfit.
You've got it going on. To wear block colours, because being tall, I don't wear a lot of patterns, but I wear my patterns in my jewellery and accessories.
Okay, great.
But block colours, that's just my preference. I mean, I may go shopping with you and you just totally turn me on my ear. I don't know about that. So is it possible that you could spend time with a client just going through their wardrobe, showing them how to accessorise, wear their current clothing better without actually going on a shopping trip?
Yes.
Right.
Definitely. So that will be a quite tailored session, meaning, they have a specific need, so they want to learn how to accessorize and how to mix and match.
Yes.
So we could definitely do a session just on that, which is a great way to maximize what you have. So you don't have to spend more money, you just get more clever and wiser on putting things together.
That's great. You're listening to Vesna Kavich, who's a personal stylist here on Hills Radio. It's just gone 10:16 and it's 16 degrees up here in the Adelaide Hills. So just before we go, Vesna, just on that note, many people may think that if they engage a personal stylist to help them, that means going on a shopping trip and spending money. But we've just heard from you that actually doesn't have to be the case, and people can spend time with you and maximise what they've already got, which I think is fantastic. That sounds great. Now, do you have any tips that listeners might be able to use for different body shapes?
Yes, there are, and I'm going to give you then the link to my latest blog so they can have a look and see photos there on how to dress the different body shapes.
Fabulous.
Because it's quite visual. But it's all about how to bring balance. We do have 5 general body shape types, but it's mainly recognizing if there is an area that we have to bring balance. For example, on someone who has their shoulders are balanced with their hips and they have a nice waistline, we may not necessarily need to do anything to bring balance because everything is there.
Yes.
Shoulders are balanced with hips, the waistline is quite defined. So it's about how we can highlight that beautiful waistline. That will be that body shape.
Right.
On someone who has broader shoulders, meaning shoulders are wider than hips, because that kind of inverted triangle, it's about, we don't want to add more volume on their shoulders. We don't want to make them look wider. We could do a bit of volume at the bottom.
Right.
So that's bringing balance.
Yes.
How we can do that, how we can bring balance to their bottom part. choosing bottoms that have pockets, zips, pleats, patterns bring attention and add volume.
Right. Oh, right. That's interesting.
Vice versa, if we have someone with narrow shoulders but wide hips, we don't want to bring more volume around the thigh hips area.
Right.
So we don't want to add patterns or zips or pockets. We could bring those kind of details to the upper body.
Right.
So think about shoulder pads,
Epaulette.
frills, yes, that's right. Couple of appliques, around the shoulder, anything that's going to bring attention to the upper body,
Right.
while keeping the bottom quite simple and flat.
Yes. Yes.
If you don't have much waist and we want to create the illusion of a waist, we could do belts. So belt in your jacket, belt in your top. We could use panels. Think about paneled dresses, vertical long panel dresses. That creates a beautiful illusion of a waist.
Right.
as
Illusion
well.
again.
Illusion.
Yes, tricking the eye.
It is all about illusion. Layering is a great way to create again the illusion of a waist. So if we have a singlet, then we have a shirt on top of that, and then we have a vest. When we see different layers around the waistline,
Yes.
that tricks your eyes and creates
Excellent.
yes, the illusion of a waist.
Well, unfortunately, we can't chat anymore, even though I would love to, and maybe we'll have to have you back for some more tips and things, Vesna. But you mentioned that you have written a blog post on this very topic, so please give us the blog address so that listeners can go and have a look.
Beautiful. So the website is www.vesnapersonalstylist.com.au/blog, and the latest blog will be about the latest trend, and then on bottom of that you will find the one on how to dress your body shapes.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, Vesna is also offering to our listeners, and we will be putting this up on our Facebook page and running this competition for a week. So the winner will be announced next week on the Fashion and Home Show. But Vesna has offered a body shape styling session plus a personal shopping trip, a 2-hour experience valued at $200 for one of the lucky Fashion and Home listeners on 88.9 FM Hills Radio. Thank you so much for that beautiful offer, Vesna.
Thank you, Penelope, for having me here.
You're very welcome. We'll be running that competition all week. And thank you for your wonderful time and tips. And thank you to Valentina as well, who's done a wonderful job doing a videography, our first here on the Fashion and Home Show. So thank you so much. And I look forward to having you back on the show.
Thank you. It will be great.
Because I'm sure we can talk about a lot more tips.
There is a lot to cover, that's for sure.
That's fantastic. It's 10:21 here on Hills Radio, and we'll be back after the break with Fiona Dorman from the Part-Time People. Beautiful. That was